Thomas Jefferson once said, "I hope we shall crush in its birth the aristocracy of our moneyed corporations which dare already to challenge our government to a trial by strength and bid defiance to the laws of our country." How well did that work out? You see, if a man like that were to say something like this today, he would be reviled all over talk radio and Fox News as some sort of an evil, terrible, anti-capitalist socialist that wanted to see us become Venezuela or something like that, basically, would be the idea. You see, they didn't have any designs, the Founding Fathers, on recreating in this country what was going on in Europe. While some came to this country with the idea of religious liberty, the vast majority of people who showed up in the New World did so because they knew they could get away with whatever they wanted to. Now, in today's video, we've got some news that's going to blow your mind. But of course, as always, I want to be diligent this weekend and say thank you to everyone who has continued to show up here, Florida Maquis YouTube channel. Those of you at the Florida Maquis Patreon channel, however, heads up, brand new video posted this morning. So go over there, check it out. I think it's something that you guys are definitely going to want to see. It's a topic that I can barely even reference on YouTube. So all I'm going to do is just give you the information and hope you go over there and take it, because even talking about it in the slightest here on this platform could get the channel taken down or demonetized, and we definitely don't want that. But it is psychological operations oriented. Those of you who want to join us over there, $1 US per month. That's it. Even less if you sign up for an entire year. Fully refundable. Completely and totally refundable. First 90 days, no questions asked. Sign up for a year, first 90 days, it comes out to something like 3 pennies a day for a whole year. Comes right back at you if it's not for you. There's a lot of adult imagery, I will warn you. But, adults need to be able to talk to each other somehow, some way as adults without having to worry about looking over our shoulders. So, would love to have you over there. What are we talking about? Well, there's a new paradigm in town. There's a new wild, wild west going on out there. And we referenced it a couple videos ago with Patriot Nurse, where she talked about a Bible figure that basically broke 3 of the 10 commandments, at least, yet was called blessed among women. Now, why? Why would that be the case? See, a lot of people would look at the information and fall victim and prey to fallacies of presentation, attacking a straw man, exaggeration, ridicule, and reductio ad absurdum. And that's about all I can talk about. That's the thumbnail of the video over at Patreon you want to look for. But over the last couple of years, we have been talking about this issue with these images in our skies. And why all of a sudden now the government wants to talk about it. For so many years, we were a bunch of crazies, a bunch of lunatics, a bunch of conspiracy theorists talking about, these craft can't just be explainable phenomenon. It's not swamp gas. Well, now all of a sudden, they're admitting, well, yeah, we have pilots coming out and giving interviews saying, we saw these all the time, and we knew. We knew there was something other than what we were telling people. So basically, for the last 25, 30, maybe 40 years, the government has just admitted they've been gaslighting the American public and out lying about it. But why recently? Why now? Why all of a sudden are they taking it seriously? Pentagon UFO chief says alien motherships in our solar system. There is a possibility that extraterrestrial motherships and smaller probes may be visiting planets in our solar system. The head of the Pentagon's Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Research Office noted in a report draft shared Tuesday. An artificial interstellar object could potentially be a parent craft that releases many small probes during its close passage to Earth. Now, some are probably still saying, but why now? Why now? I'll tell you what, why now? Watch the series Defiance. There would be global chaos and anarchy if something like this were to happen. But what if we were already in a state of global chaos and anarchy when they arrived. Well, we're pretty close to that right now. We just lost one really big bank, and the rest are going to follow very shortly. And when the global banking system collapses, cryptocurrency goes away, stocks go away, everything is going to be all about what Thomas Jefferson talked about. It's going to be about money. It's going to be about who can do what for what. Everything and anybody and everybody will be for sale because people are just going to need the money that badly. And that is exactly what the sci-fi series Defiance was all about. You had a whole bunch of different alien races, a whole bunch of different people, all just trying to barely make it. And the entire thing centered around a pawn shop, bar, trading post, brothel. One giant big building where all that kind of thing went on. And all of you out there talking about cryptocurrency, talking about the wave of the future, only if there's uninterrupted connectivity, right? Don't you need uninterrupted connectivity for any kind of a network to be reliable? You might be able to make some type of an allegation about that in Europe, possibly Asia and North America, but that's not all the world. You got South America, you got Africa, you got Australia, and very soon Antarctica. But all the big promises are falling apart. Stablecoin USDC breaks dollar peg after revealing $3.3 billion Silicon Valley Bank exposure. This was a cryptocurrency that had invested in fiat banks. Now, if this doesn't prove how much bullshit these people were full of, I don't know what does. The whole cryptocurrency argument is, oh, get away from fiat currency. It's worth zero. It's worthless. It's not backed up by anything. That's why you should have our cryptocurrency. And if you're worried about fluctuations, just get into a stable coin. It's pegged to the US dollar. It'll never be worth less than the US dollar. Here we go. Stablecoin USDC breaks dollar peg because they were invested in banks. It's down to 88 cents. The coin broke its $1 peg and fell as low as 88 cents early Saturday. And now it's still only 90 cents. It's just amazing how there's a sucker born every minute. Truly. And that's what pirates did back, black sails, back mid-17th century, 18th century. They did the same thing, ran the same scams. And they were all over this country too, until people put their foot down in the early 20th century, after capitalism rolled in the 1890s and literally destroyed this country and caused the collapse, the stock market, and everything else. People said, you know what, we need to have a little bit more government. We need to have more people that are worried about society than they are about getting rich quick. But that's all going away now. That is all going away. Because it's going to devolve. Those of you who have been yearning for the end of socialism, just wait. Just wait until caveat emptor returns. You're going to need trained. You're going to need a certain amount of psychological knowledge about things like fallacies of presentation, or these people will take every dime you have. And yeah, there could be UFOs in the skies at the time, but you're still going to have to feed yourself. And you're still going to need shelter. And you're still going to need to have some type of a future that you're planning for. Even if the government doesn't tell you the whole truth, life will go on. What's your plan? If you don't have one, someone will make one for you. That's why we would love to have you at the Florida Maquis Patreon channel. Join us over there where we talk about this kind of stuff. And I know it's not easy, it's not fun, it's not nice, but that's what war is about. Ask anybody who's been in the military about the training that goes on that is unpleasant, that doesn't make it onto recruiter reels or commercials for bringing new people in. There's a lot of training that goes on that's pretty ugly, pretty seamy, but it is what it is. So anyway, brand new video over at Patreon right now, only $1. Not per video, not per week, per month. That's it, $1. And like I said, if you sign up for a whole year, it's even less. It's like 3 pennies per day, lowest allowable level. Would really appreciate it. We are getting, as creators, we are getting hammered. We are getting absolutely clobbered right now. And I get into this a little bit later on in the video over at Patreon, and I show you guys some inside baseball about how some other creators are doing certain things and trying to just stay afloat. Because that's where we're at right now. So I will leave it there. Have a great weekend. God bless. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.